Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. The Bahamas Primary School Student of the Year Foundation celebrates 20 years of highlighting the best and brightest of Bahamian students this year. And yesterday, over the weekend that is, Hannah Edmond Wanye, and I still pronounce that wrong even though I asked Mom how to pronounce it, walked away with the top honor of being the Primary School Student of the Year. Now that is amazing in itself, but it's also very exciting because she is the first student from Andros to win this prize. So we're so happy that she joined us this morning along with her mother, Mrs. April Wanye, and President and CEO of the Bahamas Primary School of the Year Foundation. You know him very well, Mr. Ricardo DeVoe. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, thank you.
So Mr. DeVoe, I'm going to start with you, the man with the vision for this phenomenon that has been created and has caused us to celebrate our young people for over 20 years now. And just talk to you about how do you feel about reaching this milestone of 20 years?
Well, Saturday night was the culmination of work that we have done for the last year. To reach our 20th milestone is like awesome. You know, you're of age, but it's exciting because for us, we have seen over 2,000 young people pass through our program.
Wow.
We have presented over $1.2 million in scholarships and prizes. So that has been exciting for us. One of the things we have seen is from 1997, where we had only New Providence students, 31 of them, to this year, 121 students that represented 14 islands.
Wow.
So that has been exciting for us.
And you see the growth there. And when you talk about all the students that have passed through, and I look at some of the people I know who were nominated over the years, and they're continuing to excel in their various fields, you know, this is really a good initiative to encourage people to continue to do better.
Yes, because when you think about, I don't know, when you say you're getting old, because when I look at a sixth grader in 1997, the winner, Vashti Darling, she's now Dr. Vashti Darling.
Yes, she is.
Andrea Mutri, who was also from St. John's in 1998, she's now attorney.
Wow.
And Andrea Mutri.
And you see the time has passed.
Yes.
Well, you continue to do a good job by welcoming new students to come into the program. This year, you got the first student from Andros.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Well, when we went through, we have an independent panel that review our all of the nominees submitted, and this year it was very interesting because when the results came back, we said, "Oh my goodness, the winner is actually from the first time." You know, they have had winners from New Providence, from Grand Bahama, from Abaco, from Eleuthera, but this was the first winner we have had from Andros. So I mean, it was exciting for us because this young lady represented the best of the entire country.
Wow.
Also gave hope to Family Island schools that, hey, I can be just as good and can make it to the top.
All right.
So she gave hope to all of those schools out there.
Well, Ms. Hannah, I want to talk to you right now, and I want to tell you congratulations for winning this big check and this big trophy. You and this trophy look about the same size. How does it feel to be a winner?
Well, it feels good, especially to be the first person winning coming from Andros. So it feels good and exciting.
Okay, and what school do you go to in Andros?
I go to Clara E. Evans Primary.
Okay, so Clara E. Evans Primary, we want to say good morning to them. I'm sure they're watching in Andros now. And you are obviously very intelligent to have beat out 121 other students. But it's also my understanding that it's more than just your academics, but the things that you're involved with in the community and the fact that you wrote a book. So I want you to talk to me about the book that you've written, and Mom is holding this book up, and so our cameraman can pick that up for us. But what is the book about?
The book is called The Day We Met Matthew. So it's kind of what went on before, during, and after Hurricane Matthew.
Okay.
And it was actually inspired, well, my teachers always told me that I was a good writer. So when Hurricane Matthew passed, my mommy, my daddy, my parents, they told me that this was a good chance to use my talent.
Okay.
So I gave it a try.
All right, and so you wrote the book talking about your experience with Hurricane Matthew, and of course I can see based on the badge that you're wearing, it seems that you're really interested in nature. So tell me about the Discovery Club and what it is that you do there.
Well, in the Discovery Club, we learn how to conserve and use our resources wisely. We used to protect the wildlife And we learn how to do stuff like camping. We learn about bugs even.
Okay.
And right now, we are just finishing our crab badge for the Guardians.
Okay.
And we learn lots of other things, like blue holes
Awesome.
and lots of other things you can see.
I can see from your badge as well. Look, listen, they've got a good hero in you because you don't need to conserve energy even now. You've been through this storm and you've written a book about it. And so certainly you seem to be well on your way to making yourself an outstanding young lady. So I'm going to talk to Mom now because I know a part of this is parental support.
Yes,
and just
it
find
is.
out from you what type of sacrifice is necessary as a parent to see Hannah become all that you hope for her to be.
Time.
Okay.
Time is the first very important element. It takes a whole lot of sacrifice, like you said. Hannah is one of 4, and we try to do our best to instill in them the need to, we encourage them to get involved. Anytime they would have come expressing interest in getting involved in any clubs, we make it a point never to discourage them. Instead, we encourage them. We're there for all activities that they're engaged in. Myself and her father were always there. When it came to the book, we were there to edit it, we were there to design it, we were there to give her the financial support that was obviously necessary to get it done. We make it a point also to instill in them that everything that they get involved in, regardless of whether they win or whether they do not win, we celebrate everything as if it's a victory.
Awesome.
And so just to let them know we are behind you. And so it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of energy. I'm a teacher as well, so I manage hundreds of students in school.
Okay.
And then I have the 4 of them to deal with at home. So lots of time and energy on the part of myself as well as a father. He's a priest, and you know that's 24 hours. So
Yes.
we just try to encourage them to always do their best and get involved, and that's what we tried to do with this program as well.
Well, congratulations to all of you because this is an amazing feat. And you heard Dr. DeVoe talk about the first 2 winners who later on became a doctor and a lawyer. And I know whether you continue to write books or you decide you want to go to the moon, there's nothing that you can't do, Hannah. So we want to thank you and congratulate you again one more time. Father DeVoe, where can we find more information on the program itself?
We have our website. You can, in any search engine, Bahamas Student of the Year, Bahamas Primary School Student of the Year.
Okay.
Or if you look in the phone book, our number is there and you can give us a call. And we surely will be able to answer questions, or if you want to assist, you can truly come out because on Saturday night we gave out $133,000 worth of scholarships.
Wow.
And that was just because corporate Bahamas and donors and civic organizations, fraternal organizations were good to make sure that we were able to offer scholarships to 85 young people.
Wow. Well, congratulations again to you and to the entire committee that stood behind you in order to make this happen. Congratulations to Hannah. Congratulations to Mom and Dad and those siblings and classmates watching in Andrus. You certainly have something to celebrate today. Remember, you can check them out at Bahamas Primary School Student of the Year Foundation. They're on Facebook. They're across online with a website. Be a part of the change that we want to see in our country. Donate today, and I'm sure you will thank God for it later on. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.